Good afternoon. Welcome to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis. This is a show where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our program, and our reach into the community. Good to have you with us. We're live this Tuesday afternoon on Facebook and YouTube. We are live just about every Tuesday at 1 p.m. You can also catch us on HCC TV on your local cable provider. And you can also watch the show anytime in social media. Look for us as Houston Community College District. Find us on all social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and download the audio versions of all of our shows at hccs.edu/podcasts. This episode of the show, we're going to be updating you on our programs and initiatives at HCC's Northwest College. First up, we're joined by Rodney McLaurin, the Associate Dean of Student Engagement and Success at HCC Northwest. Rodney, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Todd, thanks for having me.
So I want to talk about a few things. You got a lot going on out there at the Northwest College. Let's talk about some opportunities that students are now experiencing, like new testing centers, for example.
Hey, I'll tell you, I'm so excited. And I'll tell you what, we have gone leaps and bounds from our old testing center, Todd. We started out at our old college, our old campus, if you will, with 15 testing computers, and we've upgraded that to 35. So I'm really excited. Our testing center is a high impact testing center now. We can accommodate 35 students for testing. So it's a real exciting time for our students, faculty, and staff, and more importantly, the testing center staff.
If a student is wanting to get testing done, is there specific times you would suggest for them to come in and do that? Do they just show up? Do they need to book an appointment online? What are the first steps with that?
Well, I think first and foremost, the student would definitely want to speak with an advisor just to see where they are and do they necessarily need testing, depending on their program, if they're going into a certification. And so after which an advisor can set them up with an authorization assessment form to test. And I always recommend that students kind of allow 3 hours of their day if they're going to take a particular test, the TSI test, if you will, or the Accuplacer ESL. So 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, students can walk up again, but allow at least 3 hours to take the test.
So it is going to take a good chunk out of your day. So make sure you prepare for that. I know a lot of our students many of them are, of course, getting their associates with us at HCC, or maybe taking courses to transfer on to another college, like the basics, like science, biology. You guys have upgraded your labs at the Northwest College. Maybe you can tell us about that for those students wanting to take some courses at HCC Northwest.
I'll tell you what, we've come leaps and bounds. We've increased our testing center, at our old campus. We had two science labs, if you will. And so we've taken those science labs and we've actually have 5 science labs right now with the state-of-the-art technology. So we're really excited about it. We've been partnering with our neighbor institution, University of Houston, Victoria Cady, and they're actually teaching some courses in our science labs in the evening, some upper division courses. So really excited about it, state of the art, technology and equipment in our science labs right now.
You also, one of the big things that we talked about when the West Houston Institute was getting underway and that was being built was something called the Makerspace. How is the Makerspace going over at the WHI? And do you have others on your campuses in the Northwest College?
We absolutely do, Todd. We have a Makerspace here at the Cady campus. It's actually, it's still in the process. They still have some work to be done, but, it's going to be a fun time for students, faculty, and staff, because it's a space to where students can really take a concept and make it a reality. They have 3D printers, laser cutters, so things that really can incorporate what you're trying to bring to fruition. So really excited about it. We also have a design studio right next door to it for students. We actually have a couple of digital media classes in our design art studio right now.
Is there a cost associated with the Makerspace? I mean, for materials, or how does that work? If a student has, I want to put together this project, I want to create a tool or a piece of equipment. Obviously, there's a cost involved with the materials, but how does that work with the students when they go there?
You know what, Todd, and I'm going to say this, and Jordan Carswell may, but there's no cost. Typically if students come in and they, some students may bring their own materials. And so there's no cost as long as we have the materials that they're trying to invent, on board there at the makerspace itself.
And are the materials can you print something out just in plastic? Do you print it out in metal? Do you have both options? How does that work?
I would say both options, both options.
That's a good deal. All right, let's talk about some things like students may just take for granted, like the whiteboards that people can design, draw on, brainstorm. Those are more available on your campuses as well, right?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we hear a lot from Dr. Hodges is that we're active learning building. And so, learning doesn't stop in the classroom. Learning also takes place outside of the classroom. And so we're real excited to have the whiteboards. I've witnessed students, gather together to work out mathematical problems. So the whiteboard is just an extra opportunity for students to gather and kind of mingle and convene and, work out problems or whatever they may have in their particular discipline.
And can they just walk up and start using those boards if they're on campus? If they have to, so they don't have to book them with you guys?
No,
they can gather around.
No, they're on our second and third floor and they're right outside the classroom. So real exciting time for them.
One of the things we noticed during the pandemic, we were all stuck at home and our students were doing work at home. Many of them were working parents or had family in the house, and they needed a quiet place to just go study. And I know that was a big request for our campuses to be open, just, for quiet spaces. You guys have dedicated study rooms for students, and you increased those as well.
Oh, yeah. We actually we have about 31 active learning spaces right now. So we've increased them by twofold. So students can actually come into our Learning Commons area in the library and use the study rooms there. We also have some study rooms on the first floor. So real excited. We've increased everything by twofold here at this campus.
And what about student lounging areas? I know a big request for students are having food on campus and also places to go lounge and eat, maybe have a soda, talk with their friends. And how is that looking for the campuses?
It's looking good. One of the things that we still don't have hot food, but we do have food that comes out of the vending machines, and we have a dedicated space for student lounging on our second floor. And so students can have the opportunity to come up. It's a TV, so they have opportunity to lounge, watch TV, and kind of mingle and convene in our student lounge on the second floor.
I know that following the pandemic, it took a little while for our students to get back on campuses. I think until, earlier this year, around 60% of our students were still taking online courses. Now I'm hearing the numbers are closer to about 48%. So most of our students are enjoying returning back to campuses with those in-person classes. Are you seeing that across the Northwest College as well?
We actually are. We actually are. I think students really like that one-on-one interaction and that relational. And so we're seeing a lot of students, a resurgence of coming back to campus. Again, the students want that personal connection in the classroom. So absolutely, Todd, we're seeing it.
All right, Rodney McLaurin, we appreciate you joining us on the show and updating us everything that's going on at HCC's Northwest College, New Katy campus. Brand new campus, open, folks, open for business. Rodney, good to see you as always.
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you. All right. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to take you out to the library services up next on The Topic. We'll return in 60 seconds.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
Welcome back to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis, live on this Tuesday afternoon, as we are most Tuesdays, with a half-hour version of the show. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can find us always under Houston Community College District. Follow us across social media. Look for us on HCC TV, and you can also download audio podcasts of all of our programming, including this one, hccs.edu/podcasts. We're talking about the Northwest College today, and right now we're joined by Northwest College Library Director Cindy Belmar. Cindy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's really a pleasure to be able to talk about the ways libraries can help students.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how, first off, people... You would think you could get just about all the information you need on the internet, and gosh knows that we can believe anything we see if it's on the internet, right? But tell us, I want to get about the importance of libraries in just a moment, but tell us how libraries are places really where you can not only do your research, but also engage with other students.
So you can, I want to say that we've had 39,000 students walk through our doors since the beginning of the semester. So students are back using the library. So that's exciting. We have study rooms. We have quiet spaces designated just for that. We even have bikes in all of our libraries. So if you want to take a little break and get energized, you can do that. So we have, like Rodney mentioned, we have whiteboards and markers, and our study rooms also have digital screens that you can wirelessly connect your laptop and work with a classmate on a project.
Let's talk more about some of those resources. Those sound pretty cool. What are some of the resources that students can use in your library to help them create?
So we have computers, obviously. We have laptops, hotspots, and Chromebooks for checkout. We don't have, we might not have many available because they're pretty popular. We have printers and copiers, black and white and color. Katie has very portable charging stations that you could take all around the building. WHI has a one-button studio, so you could use that and record a video if you wanted to. Katie will soon have one where Katie will also have a podcasting room that students can reserve and use. So we're here to help with those resources.
And being there to help, you also can work with students on something called digital literacy. Maybe you can inform us on what that means and how you can help the students.
Well, we do it in many ways. It's really, really important. We want students to become self-directed learners. We want them to be able to make decisions on what is the best source of an information and where to find that information. We do that through chat. We have chat, online chat whenever we're open. We do webinars. We're doing webinars right now on academic integrity and on how to use Office 365. We teach classes. We teach a lot of classes on information literacy and how to use our library resources. I don't know. I could go on, but there's so many ways. Disinformation is such a concern, right? We want to help our students be able to. I think disinformation is even trickier than misinformation because it's confusing.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because it brings me back to my point at the top of the segment where I was talking about the fact that, nowadays we think we can just find everything we need on the internet. If a student is telling you, well, I don't really need to go to the library because I can just look it up on the internet, what are the advantages of actually going to a library to get what they need as opposed to just doing the search on their own?
Sure. Well, I'm not to downplay there's value in using the internet and Dr. Google for different things, but we can put you to authoritative sources. We can help you find the best source for your information need. And one of the biggest things that libraries have is an information professional there at all times to help you with whatever you need to know. Librarians are a great free resource for students, and we have terrific librarians at Northwest, and take advantage of them. We also have things like, the Houston Chronicle. We subscribe to a digital edition, so you don't have to pay for a subscription. You can get it for free. Our databases, we spend a lot of money. I think we spend a shocking amount of money to buy the best sources of information for a student doing research, or just whatever your information needs is. It's much more than just, a paper that you have to write for your English class. We all need to use information all the time.
Sure. We were talking, I was talking with Rodney just a few moments ago, and, the numbers out last year was that most of our students were enjoying staying online, at least through the beginning of this semester. Things have kind of switched a little bit where the majority of our students are back on campuses. When you have had a chance to speak with students, what did they tell you they missed while the pandemic was going on about going to the library? Did some of them give you some answers on that?
Well, people just told us there's an energy that you have in the library, and it's hard to explain that. And I think they like connecting with other people, with other students that you can't do, and getting an answer right away. And, we do have online chat, but there's a difference between when you're working with a student one-on-one and you're able to pick up all those nonverbal cues that can be harder in online. So I think they missed that. They liked having places to study, although the libraries were one of the first places actually on campuses that reopened after, I don't want to say when the pandemic was over, but when we felt like it was safe to reopen. And students are coming back, and they're meeting, and they're, we have so many activities going on in the library. It's really great to see. And I'd love to, if we have time, I'll share some of them.
Yeah, go ahead. We've got about 2 minutes left. You can share a few of those.
So the anime club, last week had 50 students and at the A-Leaf Hayes at their meeting. We have puzzles going on in the library, reading culture. Right now we're reading The Inheritance of Orchidia Divina. We have chess club that meets at WHI, and every Friday there's a group of students over at Katy that meet to play chess. It's very sweet to see them doing that. Right. It's nice. We've done things like a pop-up trivia table on the Constitution. 76 students participated in that. So, we do the life hacking series too, where we do that once a week, where we bring a topic and we try that we think it's something students need to know that they might not learn in their classes, and we want to help them. Today it was we collaborate with student services and career services on this, and today it was on dressing for success. Knowing what you should wear if you're going for a job interview, those kinds of things.
A lot going on. What would be the best place to check and see when you do have activities? Is there, where on the website would they be able to find the information regarding your libraries?
The library website, and all of the libraries have digital signs at the end, most of them are right near the entrance. Okay. And we try to keep them very current. They're new and fancy, and they'll tell you everything that's going on in the library. Oh, the other thing we're doing is we're trying to promote reading. So every Wednesday we have snacks and coffee, and grab a book and come and read with us for an hour or so at the end of the day. And we're trying to build a culture of reading, because we know reading
that's worth the price of admission. You get some coffee and some snacks, and you get a chance to pick up a book. So there you go. Cindy Belmar, the Northwest College Library Director. Thanks for joining us on the show this afternoon.
Thank you for letting me come and talk about the library.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Too. All right, we're going to take another short break. When we return, we'll be talking about how the Northwest College is addressing something that is very important and very troublesome for many of our students, faculty, and staff: food insecurity. We'll be back with more of the topic in 60 seconds.
Sometimes what you need just shows up. Houston Community College has your back, whether you're knocking out some basics or upping your game for a better job. Enroll today for spring classes and frame your future with HCC.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis. We're live on a Tuesday afternoon. Catch us on Facebook Live and YouTube every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Look for us in social media as Houston Community College District. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and look for us on HCC TV on your local cable provider. This afternoon, we're talking to things going on at the Northwest College. You know, one thing that we talk about really across the district and also at the Northwest College is food insecurity. It is an issue amongst our students. Sarah Lewis is the Associate Dean of Student Engagement, and she's here to tell us how HCC is helping address that at the Northwest College. Sarah, thank you for being here.
Hi, Todd. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about, it's a real thing. I mean, I know we've had a partnership with the Houston Food Bank for quite some time now to help our students. Let's talk about food insecurity and how that is affecting our students.
Yeah, so like you said, food insecurity is a huge problem, and one population that a lot of people don't think about are college students. And so college students are disproportionately impacted, particularly at two-year colleges, and Black and Hispanic students in particular, as well as students who have children. So it's our population at HCC that is facing food insecurity.
You know, I've heard it put this way that it might not be that you can't keep food in the house, but it may be the matter of, you know, am I going to make rent this month or am I going to be able to get some extra groceries? Is that really the way students are looking at it? I mean, we're not talking they have no food at home. It's just a matter of, hey, we're going to be missing some meals because our electric bill was more this month or something like that. Is that the case that you see?
Yes, absolutely. They do have to make these choices of, you know, whether do I buy healthy food because healthy food is more expensive? Do I buy this cheap, you know, quick processed food just to be able to feed my family and, you know, the bills and school? You know, do I work more or do I work less to be able to meet the bills for groceries?
And if you're working more, that could infect your school work as well. I mean, let's talk about how this can affect their academic performance.
Yeah, absolutely. So food insecurity can not only impact academic performance so much as not being able to take as many classes, but food insecurity and not having access to healthy food, that impacts our students' cognition, it impacts their memory, it impacts their attention, it impacts their sleep. So if they're not eating well and getting proper nutrition, they're not going to be able to pay attention in class, retain the information that they need to know, and just be able to be successful in school.
Let's talk about these community health market trailers that are in partnership with the Houston Food Bank. How long have y'all been doing that? And I mean, from what I understand, it's a very easy process to sign up and actually get food from these trailers.
Yeah, so we've had the partnership with the Houston Food Bank, with the community health market trailers pre-pandemic. And during the pandemic, we still administered those with pickup. Students would just drive up, they'd tell us what they wanted, and we put it in the trunk of their car. Currently, we have community health market trailers across the district, and at Northwest College in particular, we have the community health market trailer at Alief Hayes and the trailer at Alief Bissonnet. And that one, we just started the second trailer this year.
What is the popularity of those? Have they been popular amongst our students? Or are you getting a lot of people that turn up to get some groceries?
Absolutely. We get a lot of students. We have 435 students enrolled to be able to get food at the community health market trailer. We do, see some community members, some folks who just see the trailer at the HCC campus, and then we don't want to turn anybody away. The intention is for students, but we have the majority of the 435 are students that are enrolled in the program.
You also, outside of the trailers, there's obviously still a need. Do you have other partnerships you work with as well?
Yeah, so we have another a partnership with Houston Food Bank. It's called the Food Scholarship Program that we have here at Spring Branch, and it's an awesome program. It's currently the only brick and mortar food pantry that we have at Northwest College. Houston Food Bank is particularly wanting to move away from the term food pantry, so that's why they've given it the title of Food Scholarship. So that's where students can sign up. The only only requirement is that they are HCC students. There's no income requirement. And we also are sponsored by Memorial Drive Presbyterian Church. Since we are an institution of higher education and not our own nonprofit, we need to be sponsored by them. And so Memorial Drive Presbyterian Church has been very generous in their sponsorship of us. They've donated $10,000 to Food Scholarship at Spring Branch for equipment. We have a high need for refrigeration because we'll get a lot of refrigerated food to provide to students. So that partnership with Houston Food Bank and Memorial Drive Church has been essential. And
is that part of the Eagle Market, or is that a whole different thing?
That's a whole different thing, Todd.
Okay.
So we have the Eagle Market is another partnership that we have with Helping Hands in the community of Houston. And so that is set up at the A-Leaf Hayes campus, and students can get diapers, school supplies, cleaning supplies, everything other than the fresh food that we provide at the trailers and at the Food Scholarship.
How does that work? Do they simply walk up with their ID? Do they have to sign up ahead of time? Do they have to qualify? How does that work?
Yeah, so the only qualification is that they are currently enrolled at HCC. And if they go to our website and just do keyword search, Eagle Market or food insecurity, that'll take them to the website where they will click on the Eagle Market. They'll be able to make an appointment. And when they make the appointment, an email is sent to them. There's no enrollment process or anything. They just make the appointment, and then they get sent a shopping list. They check off what it is that they want. When they come for their appointment, their box is all ready for them to go. And then we also provide other resources that they might need as well.
Sarah, we've got less than a minute, but for more information, best email address, I've got nw@counseling@hccs.edu. Does that work?
Yep, that's the best email to get information about all of these resources.
Okay, Sarah Lewis is the Associate Dean for Student Engagement. Thank you for being here this afternoon. Very important subject. You guys are doing some great work out there at the Northwest College.
Awesome. Thank you, Todd. It was great to share with you.
All right, thanks, Sarah. And if you'd like any more information on the topics we've discussed, we'll have some information in our social media post after the show. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, you can download audio versions of all of our shows, including this one, at hccs.edu/podcasts. I'm Todd Duplantis. I'll see you next week on The Topic.